Hi guys, Dracallis here. Uh, gonna be doing some videos on basic stuff within Devilian for like guides. People are saying that some of the in-game help stuff isn't working out for them, and um, like this, a lot of these aren't quite translated over properly, etc., etc. So I'm going to be going over some of the basics and then get into more some of the advanced stuffs and talk about PvP and dungeons and the marketplace and stuff like that. So first off, what is Devilian? Or Devilian, if you prefer. It is a ARPG MMO. Uh, Isometric view. You can't rotate the camera, but that's something that they're thinking about. You can zoom in, you can zoom out, you can press Z to do like screenshots like I was in the beginning. Control X to hide the interface. Easy stuff like that. So, you can move with WSAD or click to move. And some skills can be put on left mouse if you want to just use that. I don't play with any on left mouse because I use left mouse to walk around. That's just how I play. And you can rebind, I think, pretty much every single one of these keys. This is the default setup right now. I just wanted to play with that. I thought it felt fine. I'm used to just using 1, 2, 3, 4, like in Diablo 3, so that's just what I'm used to. Space is by default dodge roll, and that is something that you will really, 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 really need to get practice with. With this ARPG being A for action, you're gonna need to move a lot. Now, I'm on my Dracallis character, my Berserker. He's max level at the moment. Oh, in fact, kind of lucky box. Good for him. Which max level in Alpha is 54. I am the second top person in the game right now. I compete with Rarium for first a lot, but a lot of my friends are the top people in the game. So this is the character screen, personal info. You can get here for P instead of not C, like in other games. It's P, personal info for P. So you have all these different slots. A lot of the same like slots that you would expect, except there's also undershirt is a little bit different in this one. And the only other thing on here is appearance items. And as you can see, I'm a beautiful purple butterfly right now, but if I decided I didn't want the wings, you can just click and hide them. And then you can see my wonderful phantasm flames. Okay. And there's stuff for like just that goes on top of your head, face, the actual formal wear, suit, the back, which is the wings, and then your Devilian weapon, or Devilian, however you prefer. And you can turn all this stuff on and off at will. Currently, these have stats on them, and it's the exact same stats for whichever kind you get. So I believe Tryon said that they were going to ask that stuff be removed. But since everything is the exact same, and you can get all this stuff in game just playing it, I don't really feel like that's necessary. But people complain about pay to win and stuff because you can buy these things in the cash shop. So, and it's not like they're any better than what you can get in the game, but people say, oh look, pay to win because you can buy it at level 1. Whatever. It's not pay to win for me. Okay. So in any case, character screen. Part of Devilian, of course, is having Devilian mode, which in this case is this guy right here. This is what my Devilian mode looks like. I can come over here and show you guys a little bit better. So Devilian is its own separate thing from your regular character. It's like your super mode. You can activate this bar here when it fills up. So I've got a little tiny bit down in there. To be Devilian during boss fights or in PvE or anything like that. But Devilian's main purpose is for PvP. The top level Devilian in the game is currently 30. I don't know if it will go up or not, ever. But 30 is the top level. I'm currently level 25. There is some separate gear for Devilian. 2 rings, a necklace, an earring, a devil heart, which there's different versions of these, a breastplate, a cloak, which you can't see too well on my guy, but that's that little thing right there. And then this Agony Bone Cleaver, which you can't actually get in the game anymore because they took it out, which kind of makes me sad because I think it looks really cool. Okay, so in any case, Devilian mode, like I said, is mostly used for PvP. There are 3v3, 6v6, 20v20, and guild vs. guild in the game, on top of field events for PvP, where anyone not in your guild is hostile to you. In order to like get prizes and stuff for these kind of like boss events. So each Devilian mode has its own special thing. Like I've got Surge Charge. I can right click on a target. It has to be on a target, and it bumps them and knocks them back a little bit. Normal attack, which after a certain amount of time attacking gives you them a slowing effect. Blood Drain Blade gives them gives me health regen and restores 10% of my HP on kills. And then this is Pommel Strike, that's a stun, and this is Blade Rush. This is a kind of like teleport / CC breaker. You can use it on, if you're hovering over somebody, you can hit them. Oh, I went out of the arena. But usually you do this like Omni Slash kind of thing, chop chop chop, and they get rooted in place for a little bit. Now they could use their CC breaker and get out of it and run away from you, but you also get a small speed boost and debuff immunity for 1.5 seconds. And then your Devil Heart, you just have to put on your skill bar. For me, it gives me extra health absorption. Nothing too special. Okay. Now, we can leave here, and I'd like to talk about some, like, questing and how to do like, more attacks and skill trees and such. So, we'll take a look at that. Go back up here. Excuse me. So, for Berserkers, and I'll go through all of them, there are 3 skill sets for every... Well, there's 3 skill sets for every class. For Berserker, it is Speedblade, Marauder, and Spellsword. I currently play Marauder. That's just because that's what I like to play. Speedblade, is good for versus champions and bosses because it has very quick attacks. It can do stuns. You can leave dot fields. Do taunting, and this is their ultimate skill, Giant Whirlwind Blade. Excuse me. Marauder is a very big AoE spec. Aerial Smash does giant smashes on the ground. Bomb Blade is a knockdown. Spin Crash is just a damage and rage generation skill that also restores things. Interact things with F. Attack stuff. And enemies die, as you would expect them to. There's a dude here. I'm just kind of flying through the quests because I've already played them all on Dracallis. You can see how my guy switches to melee attacks when enemies get in close. Remote quests are just right there. Hey! And there's also achievements, if you didn't already guess that. Okay. So... Oh. Skill points. Okay. Speed. Duration. Cool. Okay. So you get quests. You get a lot of quests. So let's do some of these. Shadow is kind of like the bigger AoE spec for these guys. Aha, here we go. So, I got a blue item. Blue items that I need 2 more levels for to actually use. Must be identified. Same deal with above that being purple and then legendary. So, to identify an item, you need the money, of course. Click the identify button. Click on the piece of gear. And boom, there you go. This is actually really good. I want to use that now, but I can't. So I was hoping to get a little bit more gear than I have already, but we'll just keep playing in the background here. So something else in the game is Talismans, and that's kind of what I'm trying to get gear for here. Is to talk about Talismans. Now, you can open up your Talisman interface with Y here, and since I'm below level 20, I only have 1 Talisman slot open right now. Talismans are a little bit complicated at first, but I think once it gets explained, it's very easy to understand. So, these are your Talismans. Over here, you get the ability to sort them, salvage them for magic dust, combine them to make them grow up to a higher level. You can evolve them once they hit 15, 20, and 25. You need another card of the same card in order to level them up past those levels. Promote. Once you max its level, you can raise its star ranking by 1 point, and then start it over again. Exchange. Like I said, it says here, exchange requires 2 talismans of the same grade and will consume them. You can exchange heroic or higher basic talismans for new ones. So it just gives you a different talisman. I don't use this at all. And then sharing, you have your shared talismans here. You can put them in there and take them out, share them between your characters. So let's say I have, let's do, these are all magic stuff. Yeah, magic attack, max health. But I don't want the Traveling Witch's set because I know it's for magic stuff, so. Let's do this guy. Because Fortitude plus 10, that's 100 HP. Let's say I want to level him up. Let's do Combine. Just right click on the card. And then you can just right click on these cards and level up to, or put up to 4 of them in to level up your card. This guy has 300% growth. That means he's going to go from level 1 to level 4. Because 300%, you can just kind of think of that as like percentage to the next level. So in this case, it's plus 3 levels. So it costs a little bit of gold. You click Fuse and Combine. And boom, there you go. Daily challenges. So now this guy is Fortitude plus 13. It's only a level 1 card, and that's not really worth leveling up that much, but this is just for demonstration. The only other thing to think about with talismans is that they have a cost. And if you look in the bottom right-hand corner of the picture, where it says cost 10, that coincides with the cost down here. Now, the cost of a card varies depending on its rank, but you level up, or as you level up and unlock more slots, you get the ability to hold more cost. So that's, the cost is there so that you just can't like get a level 1 character and equip, you know, a bunch of legendary talismans on him. Need to have a little bit of leveling up. So that's pretty much it for talismans, other than you can have multiple tabs. Let's say you do PvE, and then in this one you have a talisman set that also affects your Devilian form for PvP. Because you can get like Devilian penetration and like movement speed, etc., etc. So let's go back to murdering small animals here. That just ran away. Sad. Health potion. So what I'm looking for here is actually more gear. Green gear, to be specific. So as we kill stuff, we'll see that every once in a while these guys drop gear. I thought I just got 4. No. I'm not the best at talking on a character that I don't play a lot. Sorry if I go quiet for a moment. So something else that I just did was auto run. You can open the map and right-click anywhere, and your guy will automatically mount and start running away to your destination. You can basically do everything in the game while your character is auto-running. So it's a good time to like combine talismans or identify gear that you've got or anything like that. Hey, you leveled up. Remote quest is available. You get a little notification over here. Stuff, accept. Hey, got an achievement. Well paying. So there are 205 achievements in the game currently. Um, a lot of them provide titles, and titles provide stats. Um, if you go back to your class here, up here is title, and you can see I have +2 permanent fortitude. That is from these obtained titles. So, Peddler gives me +1 fortitude, and Troubleshooter gives me +1 fortitude. I permanently have +2 fortitude on this character. Titles effects are cumulative and will remain effective even when the title is not in use. So you can use any title you want at any time, whether it gives you a bonus or not, and you get a permanent stat boost. That's pretty nice. It's a decent motivation to actually go for achievements, and there's a lot of achievements. Like I said, 205 doesn't sound like that much compared to some other big, huge MMO games, but some of these are kind of hard. So, killing 10 million monsters. Yeah, that's a big one. That is a big one. Killing elite monsters, and bear-type monsters, and spider-type, and all these different kinds. Character is pretty simple. You die 44 times, and use return, and reach level 50, and all that kind of stuff. This is for possessing all the different kinds of gear, the purple gear in the game. This is for quest gold. You can get, first heroic piece, first legendary piece. These are the two that I have already. From Alpha being that I got a full inventory bag. And then community, join, or create a guild. Different kind of quests, completing stuff, daily quests, all the different dungeon achievements that you can get. There's so many in here. And there's different versions of the dungeons. There's the Hell dungeons, and Heroic dungeon, and normal dungeons. Party dungeons are things that can only be done in a party, such as Archdevil dungeons, raids, guild dungeons, and stuff like that. Special dungeons are the Abyssal Tower. I'll talk about that in a little bit. Skills, enchantments. This is for enchanting Devilian equipment to level it up, and salvaging gear. Arena stuff, like arena victories and getting ranked high, and then of course Devilian levels and awaking as a Devilian, getting to level 30. Okay, so I'm still lacking a lot of gear because I don't have any magic dust. So we'll keep questing here for another minute, see if I can get anything. Now, this, I think, would be a decent time to mention that there's pets in the game that make your life a whole lot easier. One of the pets that I really miss right now is Nanus. He was that cute little guy that was following me around at the very beginning of the video. Basically, his job is that he goes around and he picks up all your items for you. He's very nice. Sometimes he can be a little bit slow, but for the most part, he's a really, really good pet. The other one that a lot of people use is the Corgi Doggy, Corgi Pup. He gives you an extra 16 inventory slots and allows you to sell gear. for gold, just from his inventory. So, he's very useful, especially when you fill up your inventory. Speaking of which, I'm going to do this. Pulls nearby enemies to you. Okay. I think I will put that... Let's do that here. On this one. Aha! Yeah. It's a little bit cooler. So now I actually have to break this thing. And talk to that person. Excuse me. I have a frog in my throat. So, now that I have this here, which is like just 1 point better than this one. Sure, whatever. We can now salvage Thor's HP per target hit. Terrify, which was the first skill that you just saw me do, debuffs enemies in a range, minus 15% for mastered version, but and then all these little skills give you bonuses. Mastering a skill just means adding all of the skill points. And then my favorite, Meteor Crash, for 666% damage, one of the strongest hitting skills in the game. And the fact that it has a 90% chance to create explosions on kills means that you can get kills even after the skill is done going off. So it's pretty dang cool. Spell Sword, some people like it. I'm not too much of a fan, but it's mostly fire. You can freeze enemies in place, which doesn't stun them and doesn't knock them down. They just can't move. You create a dot zone. You heal, if I remember this one correctly. The skill information is broken on this patch. And then giant flaming cyclone that they fling around in circles. If you ever wanted to reset your skills, you can reset them with these little star reset buttons. And every skill set, or excuse me, class has their own basic skills that everybody learns. So that is skills. Now I'm gonna go ahead and go into my other characters. Let's go on to let's go on to Mr. Ghostwalker here. I hear things going off. Okay, so we got a lower level character, level 18. He's got a whole different set of skill sets. Currently specking for Shadow. He's got a stun, and he can do shuriken blades, hit things from far away, do big AoE spins. You know, has a dot that goes around him and such. So, they're pretty cool. Every class is a little bit different. This guy can attack from far away or melee range, depending on how close the enemies are. Oh, and he is ready for a promotion. Hey, level up Devilian. So he got stronger. Okay. So I wish I had some gear to break down. Excuse me. So we will go into that next. So questing. You get quests in this game. You get a lot of quests. You have to do a lot of quests. That's just the game. You can interact